Hi, everybody. This is Albert of Cookbook. Today, we're going to talk about something that's affected, majority of the businesses during the pandemic, and we're going to talk about how, um, what are things that we can do to help restaurants and the F&B industry in the short term to be able to adapt and survive after or post the pandemic. Today, I'm joined in this panel event with founders, CEOs that I really respect and really admire, and has built a lot of successes in their own businesses. I'd like to welcome JM Libiro, who is the CEO of OFoodie. Hi, JM. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm JM. Thanks for having me for today's session. I'm the CEO and co-founder of OFoodie, and we are a food technology company. What we do is we want to build an ecosystem for food and beverage industry that will allow businesses to manage their own business using a technology, and eventually have food preparation, delivery fulfillment, and then disrupt the supply chain by having distribution C2M and increase their growth through incorporating fintech like credit lines and loans into the platform. So that's our vision, and that's what we want to do for the food and beverage industry.
Another CEO joining us today is Benigno of Everything But Cheese, who has built his business from zero to like six growing restaurants here in Metro Manila. It's the fastest growing cheese concept restaurant here in the Philippines. Benigno, you have the floor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Benigno Rocco. I'm the founder and CEO of Everything But Cheese. So, EBC is a cheese concept restaurant that serves a variety of cheese innovations here in the Philippines.
Thanks, Ben, and thanks, guys, for allowing me to like invite you in this event. We're trying to really like give back to the community, to our industry, who has been hit hard by the pandemic. And I guess what we want to do here is try to paint a picture of how we can help restaurants, with practical things that we can do, and things that have worked on the ground, on how restaurants can actually like survive the post-pandemic era. I guess we want to start with um, telling us more about what you guys do, and maybe sharing with us how you actually like, got into your businesses.
I guess I can start, no? So in 2013, our CTO, Rolly Narandan, developed the app. But however, the app um, wasn't enticing enough during that time because it's new. The technology was new. What we want to do was to have in on-premise ordering system, and having that is not common in the Philippines. And so when the pandemic started, we have the app. However, we want to launch it, and we got to partner with one of the biggest super malls in the Philippines, and specific here in Cagayan de Oro. And so we launched the delivery platform first and made it available in the market. And now we're moving on to the actual platform use, which is SaaS model. So we have hotels that are being part of the ecosystem already, and then eventually we'll develop it into what we want to do, which is becoming like a full ecosystem for food and beverage industry.
For my story, I got into the business 2015. So right after graduation, I started a small kiosk, and with the 30,000 capital, I built it from one branch to six branch, and now for 10 to 15 branches in 2021. So the concept of EBC is where we are bagging to the cheese concept, because in our belief, in our vision, after the coffee industry boom and after the tea industry boom, it is now the time, 2020 to 2025, to introduce the cheese concepts restaurants. So that's what we're aiming for. Our vision is to build 150 plus branches of everything but cheese all across our country.
With that in mind, Ben, I mean, of course, we have plans for the future, no plans to grow, but actually, like a lot of us, a lot of those plans have been derailed during the pandemic. And maybe like let's go through. We know that the F&B industry has been hit with like losing almost $50 billion in sales annually. That's around just in 2020. Sorry, just to correct that. But really, let's dive into like how does that look like on the ground. Would you like to maybe go through month one? I mean, when lockdown started, what actually happened on the ground?
Sure. Oh, so when the impact of COVID has hit the Philippines and the whole world, no, for example, in our restaurants, our sales in a month is averaging around 90 to 120,000 per day. And when the pandemic hit, especially I remember, I can't forgot this day, March 2021, our sales declined 80% in a snap, just because the dine-in is gone. So we relied on the third-party delivery couriers to enable us to deliver to our customers. That's what happened.
Interesting. JM, how do you think the customer, and market behavior has actually like changed during this transition into like the pandemic?
Yeah, my based on our research and feedback from the restaurants, majority of the restaurants, a lot of things have changed. But it started with not understanding the entire business first. As a restaurant, you have to know if you are selling more on the off premise or on premise. So your sales mix, you have to understand where you're getting the sales. Is it foot traffic or is it delivery? The interesting part is when the pandemic started, the businesses that became successful and flourished are the ones who are already doing the delivery. One example is in Makati, like a food cart doing um, Chinese box or rice toppings. They're doing delivery. They don't have dine in or on premise customers, right? So when the pandemic started, they were very successful. But the dine in restaurants, especially the fine dining, these are restaurants where you go in for the experience. And because of the pandemic, you can't go. So a lot of these restaurants became or closed out and had zero sales, just like what Ben said, 80% drop. There's also that restaurants or types of businesses wherein they're based on the hours of the day or reliant on the day, part of the day. One example is coffee shops. And if you are in a business district, most of your consumers are the ones going or the workforce. So what they do is they order first part of the day coffee and breakfast, and then they bring it to their office or lunchtime. One example is in Megamall. There's a strip somewhere there where workers really go for lunch or even dinner, right? But because of the pandemic, they are hit during that time, and in the specific hours where they are selling hard was affected. There's also that impact in urbanicity, because if you look at the entire country, majority of the impact is really where it's densely populated. No, compared to the lesser densely populated cities. And digital maturity is also part of the whole thing, because when the pandemic started, the ones who became successful to are the businesses that are already engaging customers digitally compared to those who are not, and they're very reliant on premise and dining. And with that, you don't have a data available from the on-premise customers, because you can't have customers coming in and then have them write down on a piece of paper what their name, phone number, and address, or what they likes or hobbies, right? Compared to having a digital footprint. So with that in mind, the that's the challenge that most of the restaurants have now. Moving into the behavior, as restaurant owners, we have to understand where the market is going now. So if you understand where your sales are coming from, just like what Ben said, on premise dining customers, that's where your customers are coming from. You need to know now where the shift is moving, because that's where you will be putting more effort in selling your business. One example is if you know your demographic, just like maybe example for Ben, middle age, or you have middle class workers. So your price range might be not too expensive, so that's, your customer base, and you know that these customers are adapting to contactless technology already, and then they don't want on-premise dining, and then so you know now your customer, so there's a massive shift in delivery as well, because there's a lot of workforce doing work from home, so that's where the market is going. So you have to understand these things in order for you to plan and execute what you have to focus on to bring up your sales again, or bring back your sales performance.
Correct. And to add on that, JM, no, and Albert, on the restaurateur's point of view, I like to emphasize on the point of JM regarding the location. And the location, it differs now if you're in the mall or non-mall, right? It differs now because we thought that it will not differentiate because it is if it's online, it doesn't matter if you're mall or you're not in the mall, but it's not true. Actually, um, most of our locations that are located outside the malls generate or has been profitable compared to our SM malls. No, primarily because I don't know, with the algorithm of Foodpanda or GrabFood, I'll name it. Sorry, I'll name it, of the third party delivery couriers. But the higher you are in the levels of malls, it's harder for you to get a customer base, basically because the riders might not get the orders, and also the serving time is a factor because when the riders go up, the delivery time increases. So there's a lot of factors in terms of location. And second, in terms of data, no, the third-party delivery couriers will not give you the data that you need. So you're blinded on who's your customer right now. Back then in 2020, you could see, oh, okay, my market is in front of the school. My
Hmm.
market is beside my community, my delivery radius, my primary radius. But right now, you can't differentiate because there are delivery couriers that are offering 10-kilometer radius. So right now, how would you tell if where are your customer in a 10-kilometer radius? That's the problem of restaurateurs right now. And also the cost of goods sold, the rising cost of raw materials, and the commission that the third party delivery couriers get. So it's important that you negotiate the rates with them. So it's vital for you to profit during this pandemic.
Right. I agree. And going to that part of the profitability, the challenge that we also see in the industry now is that there's challenge in financials, the workforce itself, and I agree, the supply chain. So there's surging commodities. Food production is very
Correct.
low. It's on an all-time low. Local produce are also low, and then import and export is also challenged because there's a problem with workforce and lockdowns of countries. So there's a high record now of shipping rates of goods, and this will impact inflation in the long run. Also, over the past year, we haven't seen any wage increase. So you have inflation, of goods is expensive in supplies, and then you have your consumers with very minimal revenue or
spending
profit,
power.
or even in
Right.
salary. And then you also have restaurateurs with challenge in rentals or real estate. Is it still worth it to rent? Is it still worth it to be in a mall, or is it worth it to stay in the current location, or do you want to just go digital? And then your overhead costs plus the workforce. Now your workforce, we're seeing not just in the US but also in the Philippines, it's difficult to attract more talents now to be a wait staff or cashier, because it's difficult if you're scared to go back to work because of the pandemic, right? So what's happening is that workers now are asking or demanding for higher salary, higher wage, and that's going to increase your margins as a business, right? So that's another part of the challenge on the financial aspect. So you need to know as a business now where you can make the most out of it. Do you need to cut costs? Do you need to automate anything? Do you need to um, change your menu so that you can also only focus on the best sellers and you don't have to keep on uh, getting supplies that are not necessary and will just get spoiled because nobody's purchasing.
Very interesting points, guys. I mean, well, looking at that, we understand what actually happened, and we had to reconsider the things that we needed to do. I mean, on your end, Ben, what were the actual things that you actually like did, and you think something that will continue, even after like the pandemic? The choices that you make with your business.
Well, number one, Albert, no, I've reconstructed my menu offering. The 40%, my target back then is 40% cost of goods, cost of food and packaging, but it wouldn't work right now. So I have to reconfigure my menu, possibly to target 30%, just to cater to that extra 10% commission of those delivery riders and aggregators. And second, I think, improve my operating procedure, because right now, with the scare of COVID, we have to innovate our hygiene practices in the restaurants. And in order for our customers to feel safe as well, our packaging should be renewed. The packaging should be placed, should be much safer. We have to ensure that the riders don't have contact to their menu. And basically, it's just providing customers a promise that our food and our brand is safe. That's the key to pivot in this pandemic.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially in the changing the operating procedures. When you're a restaurant and you're asking customers to come back on premise or dining, you have to make sure that they feel safe and you show that it is safe to come back. And that is where our technology comes in a way because menus that are physical would cause a problem in the COVID um, or challenges in COVID, right? So our technology brings that to the table where you just have to scan and then it goes directly to the kitchen and cashier. So that is contactless ordering system. But in the same time, you have as a restaurant, you have to know now how to reactivate your customers because you're opening. And the thing is, we're all excited that it will open again. The cinemas are opening, restaurants are opening, and the experience of dining in a restaurant, your favorite restaurant, is completely different from food delivery. So I'm
Yes.
sure that there's a surge now of customers who are going to your restaurants despite the 50 or 60% capacity that is implemented. But you need to know who your loyal customers are and how to reach them. Number one. Number two, you need to know where your other customers are going because for sure not all of them are coming back, so you need to know where they're going and you need to attract them again through marketing or advertising, right? And then now you have customers who may be new to you because um, you're opening again and not all of the businesses are opening, so you'll have new customers coming into you, so you need to know how to retain these customers through loyalty programs and then potential customers as well. So there's a lot of things going on in the digital marketing side of things because physical advertising now is expensive, but it's very limiting in terms of reach. So everyone is moving into the digital platform in terms of advertising or marketing. So you need to stand out as a business now, and you need to know who you're targeting because you can't be advertising on, let's say, Facebook, and you choose the entire Philippines. So you're not reaching specific to your target audience. If it's just within the radius of maybe 5 kilometers or 3 kilometers, you need to know all these small details in advertising so that you can get new customers and you can announce on Facebook or digital media that your business is back and accepting dining customers. So that's one thing that you can also do.
Really interesting,
Correct.
guys.
Good point. Good
I
point.
mean, if say for example, I am a chef who wants to like create a new brand. I mean, how would you go about making sure that the brand actually stays and be able to like endure the pandemic, and be able to like attract customers?
Would you like to go first, Ben?
Sure. If you're a chef, no, and if you're a basically if you're a restaurateur, what you want, like JM is saying, is you want data. That's the number one. You can't just go there in a restaurant and offer everything that you know and every SKU that you want to provide. No, you don't want to do that. You want to remain your inventory low. You want to remain your SKUs low to profit more. You want your inventory to get going, and you want your lead time to be better. So, number one is you have to really check your data, especially if there's a system like JM is offering, like Ofood is offering a data where you can see your customers, and from there you can reconstruct your menu, you can reconstruct your offering, and maybe when the time has come, you can convince them to go to your restaurant and have a dine in when they're confident already. So if I were you, that would be my first strategy.
Right, I agree. And to add to that, other than the that side of setting up the business, you want to create a brand as well and have a digital presence, because everyone is already on digital. Not everyone is going out. So the only way you can reach new customers and make your brand known is using the digital platform or digital marketing. And there's a lot of things going on now in the digital marketing space. In the past, you just spend, let's say, 10,000 pesos and you'll earn, or you'll get back maybe 11 or 12,000, because you're advertising, you're putting money. Now it's not working anymore because it's very intrusive in terms of how you see the brands on Facebook. So you browse and for content and you see an ad, you don't really look at it because you know that it's an ad. So now it's shifting to influencer marketing, or you really doing the hard work in terms of marketing, such as it's a hard work. Every day you have to take a video of you cooking. It looks like it's raw video, but you're cooking, it looks delicious, and then you just post it on Facebook, and it works better than you advertising it. You didn't spend anything, but you create content every day as a chef. You're being seen cooking meal one, meal two, meal three, and you have a set of meals. Just a 1 minute video or 15-second video, you
Mhm.
post that on all platforms every single day, and then that attracts more customers because you create intrigue about your brand. It's not like you just created a restaurant and then you keep on advertising, you have billboards and this and that, and it's not working anymore. It's content based engagement that's working now in terms of advertising, especially restaurant. Instagram and TikTok is so effective in this sense. Especially TikTok, you have few seconds. We've been seeing. I'm not sure if you're seeing it, but I kind of follow so many TikTokers wherein it's just a set of like pancit canton and then how they did it with egg with and
Yeah,
it's funny, but it's very engaging, and you can do that in your
yes,
new restaurant.
correct. And JM, not only in Facebook and Instagram, actually, we can post it in Cookbook. If you want
Yeah, yeah,
cooking,
yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I guess
correct.
that's where
something
Cookbook comes in.
yeah, recipes too. And at the same time, if you're opening a new restaurant now, you have to know the current market trend, where the customers are really going, or the market is really going, which is one. You have to digitize your restaurant. You have to make sure that it's using technology, such as what we are offering, which is contactless. You also have to make sure that your menu is very specific, just like what Ben said, and then your restaurant setup as well. You have to rethink and redesign your restaurant now. You cannot have a restaurant where it's too tightly seated together. If you have a restaurant and you know that there's lesser traffic now, then you can use the outside to make as dining. Your parking may be very open, so you can use the parking space part of it for your dining customers as well. Um, so yeah, I think optimizing the footprint, the menu, um, and really marketing your restaurant as well is something that's going to help you bring your brand to a new level, or to the next level.
Basically, it's just you're just catering to a more sensitive customers, to more segmented customers. That's a challenge right now, Albert.
Yeah.
When you say segmented, Ben, can you like dive more into that? Because I think that's something that's really, restaurateurs need to understand. How do you actually like reactivate those customers using, more of like a segmented approach, um, using, different channels that you have available?
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just talk with the famous aggregators right now. For example, Foodpanda, GrabFood, you have Facebook Messenger, you have your own delivery website, you have OFoodie. So those delivery partners, you don't think of them as just a delivery partners right now. You think of them of what market do they bring to you. Like for example, and the Food Panda customer is more on a customer discounted customer or discount oriented customers. The
Hmm.
Grab Food is more on a experiential. I could say they're more experiential. They're more on the class B segment of the
Yeah.
customers. Your
Quality.
own messenger, yes, correct. Your own messenger, Facebook Messenger, or own delivery website. What we do is we position it to be the bulk ordering system of our restaurant. And also for OFoodie, they have a different segment as well, no? But their GM has to talk to that.
Yeah, I think it's also about using the delivery platforms now to augment your sales performance. The thing is, what we're seeing as an opportunity for most of the restaurants is that they stick to the delivery platform, knowing that it's expensive. They are charging really high. You should just use these delivery platforms as part of your whole sales strategy in getting customers. So that's one, the delivery platforms. You have to know how you can deliver from your kitchen yourself, which is through Facebook? Do you have a website? Do you have social media platforms? Are you ready to even take all of this? Do you have call to deliver, right? So all of these things are part of the whole sales performance that you are targeting. And then you also have curbside. Do you do curbside? Do you do pickup?
Mm.
Do you have these available? How are you making it known that you have all of these partner delivery aggregators? So don't just stick to one. Don't put your eggs in one basket, because you'll what if you know that platform is not performing, then everything else is not performing for you. So you have to diversify where you will get your sales. And it's hard work, because you're already managing your kitchen. It's hard enough to manage your kitchen. And so you have that kind of different platforms for you to get more customers. And so that's a challenge too for most restaurant owners. Either you hired someone to do it for you, or you double time and do both works for you to get more sales.
I guess with that note, JM, you can maybe give us like a summary of the things that.
Of my points. Yeah, sure. So now that the pandemic is here and it's gonna stay, there's new normal. And it's not something that we can really change. The market is going to change, the customer is going to change. So what we have to do in summary for me is that first you need to know where you are as a business, who your customers are, where they are, where they're going, your financials, your resources, and then move on to how you can reestablish your business and make it stable. So you do so many things to make it stable, make it known, get back to your customer, make sure that your restaurant setup is compliant to the pandemic policies, and then reinvent. So reinvent how you can be future proof, because we don't know, there's going to be a new strand, or there's going to be something new that will happen in the future. So you need to make sure that you use technology for your business to thrive, because you're not hearing traffic. You have data. So that's what I have, and I hope I was very helpful today, in today's discussion.
For me, Albert, it's all about adapting to change. It's all about your customers, and it's all about your brand. Your brand is your promise to your customers. At the end of the day, if the customers are satisfied, then your profits are high. At the end of the day, if your brand is good and your customers are willing to pay a little extra, that's for that, just because they like your brand and they appreciate your your selling proposition or your your products, then the profit will come second. So I think it's more of listening to your customers and adapting to our technology, adapting to all the changes that all these companies will provide to you as a restaurateur. That's my take on that, Albert. JM.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Jem. I guess with this, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We've learned a lot from you guys, and I hope, for everybody out there who's started a business, who wants to start a business, who is struggling to make the business survive. Guys, just keep on fighting, keep on going. As long as you don't stop, you find a way to figure it out, to make sure that things will work out in the end. And make sure in this time, at these times, we try to like keep more of like a positive mindset of trying to like adapt to these things. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Your customers have bills to pay, essentials to buy, and services to hire. Make it secure, reliable, and hassle-free for them with PayMaya. PayMaya's payment solutions have you covered, because now you can accept all kinds of cashless payments any way you do business, whether it's in-store, delivery, via mobile app, on your website, or even without a website. Plus, you can monitor your business growth on a single dashboard.
Nandoon ka at my lowest. Nung isa-isa na wala mga customers ko. Nung akala ko, pasara na shop ko. You gave me hope when all seemed dark and when I was lost. You encouraged me to look beyond, to go beyond, to focus on my family, friends, and blessings despite it all. Lahat yun, naitawid ko kasi nandyan ka sa tabi ko, nagpapaalala na kaya ko. So ngayon dahil sa'yo, mas matapang na ako to face any challenge. Now I realize what matters most. So thank you. Thank you for being there for me through everything. Nagbago man ang mundo, alam ko, kaya ko na harapin ang araw-araw na walang takot. Kasi you are just right by my side. And I can always count on you. Kaya salamat, ikaw talaga ang BFF ko.
Filipinos have struggled with the most essential facets of life, like health, education, livelihood, managing finances, and many more. Our country needs all the help it can get to manage its burden.
We want to maximize digital technology to provide solutions for real customer pain points. This is how 917 Ventures came to life.
The Philippines' largest corporate venture builder. We ideate, launch, accelerate, and scale new business ideas that have the potential to grow fast. Through our portfolio companies, we empower consumers and businesses to power through and emerge stronger every day. pandemic or not.
Our vision at GCash is finance for all.
Beyond financial services, GCash has become a super live app with over 51 million registered users.
Consulta MD is the largest telehealth company in the Philippines with over 1 million users.
Health Now is an integrator platform that brings health and care to every Filipino in one tap at the comfort of your homes.
With these healthcare solutions, Filipinos now have access to doctors 24/7 and get their medicines delivered on the same day.
And as we all strive to search for safer ways to go about our days, we understand how customers are starting to rely on online grocery shopping for their daily essentials. This is where PureGo comes in.
PureGo has become one of Metro Manila's top-of-mind grocery delivery services, with its best-priced grocery items from trusted brands.
Sparking a difference on ad tech, digital media, and creatives that helps brands create more meaningful connections with their customers by leveraging data and prioritizing the power of insights.
We at Rush offer an out-of-the-box solution that helps businesses start their digital transformation in the most cost-effective manner.
Rush and AdSpark's marketing, loyalty programs, and e-commerce solutions help future-proof businesses, prepare them for the surge of online shopping and transactions, and find their footing in the digital world. 917 Ventures continues to offer innovative solutions with the addition of 2 more portfolio companies. Enkiro, with its suite of artificial intelligence-powered products, and M360 with its multi-channel communications services. Our secret? We innovate for the people, not the prestige. We ideate opportunities, launch solutions, accelerate lives.
We are committed to build more ventures to further accelerate the country's digital transformation.
The future is now. The future is us. We are 917 Ventures.
Multisys Technologies Corporation is your one-stop system provider. We do advanced systems research and development, focus on evolving assets of IT systems, platforms, and software solutions. We show integrated set of programs and solutions that drive businesses nowadays. Backed by our R&D team, we are able to customize solutions according to your business requirements with speed, accuracy, and efficiency. In our efforts to help Filipinos' way of life through digital innovations and transformation, we partnered with IT companies, system contractors, government agencies, big conglomerates, small and medium enterprises, and tech startups as well. We go above and beyond partnerships. It's a teamwork, and we make sure that your business and ours grow together. We find success in every collaboration and establish meaningful connections. That's why we want to partner with you. Here at Multisys, we empower your business. Multisys is a one-stop software company. So instead of you talking to too many integrators, you'll be able to come up with a centralized and automated way of doing things. We have a team that really move like one. So they are really united. So instead of one programmer, one system approach, I think multiple programmers joining force together, they can collaborate easily. We have speed, we have accuracy, we have efficiency. I think that's the secret of the group. That's why companies love to work with us. It will be faster for them. It will be more efficient to develop and deploy a certain system. They are a designer, they are a coder or programmer, they are a systems analyst, they are a quality control expert, and they're a UI and UX expert as well. That skill is not easy to really somehow have in one program. Multisys can really customize the system. We can customize it according to their needs, design for their own and existing process flows.
We're all racing against the clock.
Priority of Multisys is to elevate the lifestyle of every Filipino by delivering automated, integrated systems to make sure that we can fast-track the operation, processes.
'Cause I'm about to win.
I think it's all about how fast can you deliver a certain technology. Speed matters nowadays. Sabi nga sa Tagalog, diba, daig ng maagap ang masipag. That's why we develop futuristic systems. What we do is that we predict the future, we develop, and then the moment that we are partnered with a certain entity, we're able to show them a live system. It's not a PowerPoint presentation. It will be a prototype, it will be a working system. So this will give them an idea how to solve a problem. This will give them an idea to expedite their processes. So not only showing them a vision, but showing them a solution already. We develop end-to-end solutions for 8 industries now, and we would like to automate other industries as well. Currently, we have an end-to-end solution for information technology businesses, okay, ERPs. We have e-government solutions, healthcare, an end-to-end solution for utility, whether you are an electric company, a water utility company, a telco, or a cable utility company. We do also retail, hospitality, academe, and of course, the new one is the banking and finance. Here at Multisys, we empower your business.
There's a reason why for the last 13 years, startups overwhelmingly prefer to build on top of AWS. We have the largest number of services, making it easy for you to take on some of the biggest challenges with the smallest teams. We also have partnerships with the top VCs, accelerators, and incubators around the world, making it easier to secure your next round of funding.
I'm a solution architect with the AWS Head Start program. What we do is we work with startups in the education sector, and we help them build their services on AWS.
So We Power Tech is AWS's diversity and inclusion outreach program. The program is really twofold. One is to increase the number of underrepresented technologists within the industry, and the second is to provide a platform for them to be seen and heard.
If you're wondering how the AWS evangelism team might be able to help your startup, there are many ways. We're technically credible across our entire catalog of products, so we can help you figure out which services might be able to meaningfully impact your business. We also want to help tell your story. So if you're building something cool, we want to know about it and help spread that message to the world. So you might end up on stage at an event like AWS Summit. If you're a startup, you should also definitely check out the AWS Lofts. These are event spaces that are free to anyone with an AWS account. And you can treat them like co-working spaces, but the awesome thing about them is that we also have people like technical evangelists like myself, solutions architects that come and give hands-on technical workshops and sessions to help you learn how to more effectively utilize the AWS products and platforms that you're already building on top of.
We are a dedicated team of people that love startups, that we just want to come and help you with whatever we can, whether it be technical or business focused. We are here to help guide you and make sure that you do have a say in what's going on. We do get your feedback. We do bring that feedback to the service teams. That is what we're here for.
In this photo is a college-educated man in the middle who struggled to find meaningful work in the Philippines to support his growing family. And so when he was presented with the opportunity to work in the US, he took it. And he was separated from his wife and children for 7 years. And finally, after lots of hard work, sweat, tears, prayers, and by God's grace, all of the details worked out so that his family could be reunited again in California. And as I look back at my life, the sacrifices and intentional choices made by my parents were ones that allowed me to have the confidence and the opportunity to dream. And today, my faith and personal identity in Jesus Christ gives me the freedom to dream even bigger. Did you know that 10% of the Filipino population ends up working abroad due to lack of job opportunities here in the Philippines? That translates to thousands of mothers and fathers who are faced with a similar kind of difficult decision that my mom and dad had to make many years ago, either to stay here in the Philippines, unemployed or underemployed, but together with the family, or for one of them to go abroad with the hopes of being able to provide for a better future for the kids. And one of my big dreams is to be part of creating 10 million meaningful careers here in the Philippines in the next 30 years to help eliminate the need for families to make that same difficult decision that my parents had to make. And that's what Dream Bigger Ventures is all about. We are committed to supporting the local entrepreneurship ecosystem here in the Philippines in any way possible, while going deep with select Filipino founders, providing them whole life leadership training, tailored mentorship to help take their business to the next level, and access to values-aligned capital so that these founders can flourish in leading their own lives, their families, and their ventures. If you're a Filipino founder and you want to learn more about the ways Dream Bigger Ventures can support you on your entrepreneurial journey, I invite you to go on our website, fill out the contact form, and we will get back to you within 5 days. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
My name is John Aguilar, and I'm a serial entrepreneur based in Manila, Philippines. I've gathered a formidable cast of business and industry leaders looking to fund and support the country's post-pandemic solutions. Dennis Anthony Uy, co-founder and CEO of Converge ICT Solutions. David Almirol Jr., founder and CEO of Multisys Technologies. Rose Ong, Senior Executive Vice President and COO of Wilcon Depot. Bernard D., Visionary Mayor of Kawayan City, Isabela. And Jay Villarante, Chairman and CEO of 8 Ventures. Our goal is to find and support the new breed of heroes taking on the challenges of a post-pandemic future. Many will try, but only a few will make it to the final pitch.
We know it's not always easy finding passion and purpose. We know sometimes you can feel more overwhelmed than inspired. But we also know that connecting people to jobs that matter really matters to you. And that's why we're here for you. We know you need top talent to build your business, so we connect you to more than 33 million eager job seekers across the region. And we know strong relationships are essential. We speak your language.
Hello, Jobstreet. สวัสดีค่ะ Hello, Jobstreet.
And provide experienced local support. We also know you want powerful data and insights to empower you and make you look smart in front of your boss. We know while hiring is never simple, our innovations and products make it easier. From delivering better value for your investment to standing out from the crowd. We've got you covered. And we know you like results. We're 2 times more successful at placing talent with employers. How do we know all this? We're your hiring expert and the #1 trusted talent partner in Asia. Start hiring with us now. We know you want to.
Here at Open Space Ventures, we believe in investing with active intelligence. We have a singular focus on Southeast Asia and we invest in tech companies across all the different sectors. The strategy is executed by our diverse and deep regional team, as well as our active operations team. And by harnessing active intelligence, we have worked with our portfolio companies to realize bolder visions and accelerate their progress in a responsible and sustainable way. We find, build, and back game-changing companies, and that's the open space way.
If your business isn't online, you need to catch up and fast. PayMongo helps you accept online payments from credit cards and e-wallets, whether you're selling on social media or through your own website or app. Get started with no upfront costs. Sign up for free today. If your business isn't online, you need to catch up and fast. PayMongo helps you accept online payments from credit cards and e-wallets, whether you're selling on social media or through your own website or app. Get started with no upfront costs. Sign up for free today.
UBX's goal is to make banking invisible by using cutting-edge technology and data to make financial services seamlessly integrated into the moments that matter for people. By digitizing financial institutions and their back-office systems to make processes more efficient. By equipping entrepreneurs with the proper tools to run their businesses and empowering them to participate in the global economy. And by leveraging on years of experience in banking and finance, logistics, real estate, and tech services. It is our mission to build safer, faster, and more customer-centric fintech solutions for a more financially inclusive tomorrow. Because at UBX, we include everyone.